It's time for a stealth camp, people. Let's do this. First things first, the best shawarma in Granada. Thank you, brother. Let's see. So, project reset. Been rushing around like crazy today. Been looking forward to this evening all week, but super busy day. I'm running late. My first ever stealth camp. I've got hot food ready to eat up there. No cooking, of course, and just ready to get on the road now. Should be about half an hour or so to get up to the hill. Today we're going to San Miguel Alto. Alto suggests that it's high up, and it is. It's a small town that overlooks the city of Granada, and first ever stealth camp. I've been up there many times, never considered camping up there, so here we go. Wish me luck. My jacket in my hand because there's a whole jacket on, jacket off, jacket on, jacket off situation. This week was the Dia de Andalucia, like the national day for this region of Spain. So the kids are on holidays, no school, including my daughter. So it's absolutely packed up here. I'm a little concerned because if my plan is to stealth camp, I'll be camping way away from where we are now, where people arrive. The vast majority of people here come up to this car park on the top of the hill. You know, spend a few hours just wandering around the close vicinity, within pretty close proximity, 10-15 minutes around, you know, and that's about it. But my plan is to camp quite some distance from here, about 45 minutes to an hour's walk from here, so hopefully I can escape people. Let's see. I'm heading now to the Mirador, which is like the lookout over the city. There's a big group, a team of police up here today. It's not a great sign for someone doing their first ever stealth camp. Let's see what happens. I saw police up here in the car park. That concerns me. I've never seen police up here before. I'm just going to keep away from the crowds, head up into the forest. Anyway, so there's a huge forest up here. I should probably disappear into the forest now, sooner rather than later, so that there's a possibility that I'm just somebody out for a walk, not somebody that's clearly camping. Hello friends, I have a dilemma. There are so many people up here on the hill. I've been the only one here on almost every time I've been up here. But it's crazy up here, there are so many people, I don't know what to do. Normally, the only sound up here is the distant chirping of birds, and I can hear music, which has thankfully just stopped actually. Music and parties and motorcycles and all sorts of stuff going on up here. I don't know what happened to my beautiful green paradise. My little piece of solitude has been taken over for whatever reason. It's far from mine, I have no exclusive rights over it. Let's do this. It's going to be dark very soon. I know the camera can be deceptive. Everything's heightened. But I've got about another half an hour until it's really quite dark. And the sunset was supposed to be 7:20. It's now 7. So it should be pretty dark soon. I have only my shawarma kebab. That's my food. Obviously, stealth camping, I couldn't bring gas or cook anything up here. So just want to keep as low key as possible. And I'm really looking forward to that food now. It's the best shawarma I think I've ever had. Now, I've never been to Turkey or Syria or any of those amazing countries, but this shawarma is miles ahead of anything I've had previously in any city, in any country so far. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to keep on moving until I make a decision about going home when it gets dark, just cutting my losses and going home now, or seeing it through. Stealth camping. I've just taken a little side path down the hill and found this very, very quiet forest. Listen. It's so quiet. I think I'm going to make my way along this track for a little while. If I can find a quiet point away from any of the tracks, I think I'm going to find my place for tonight. Wish me luck. Great thing about walking, or potentially camping, in a spot as quiet as this, is that if you're quiet yourself, you can hear even a branch snapping from some considerable distance. Of course, that means that I can be heard very easily. But if I hear voices, I just head in the opposite direction, right? I'm already slipping and sliding around on these stony paths, and it's really steep. Just behind me, all the way down, there's like a ravine that runs all the way through. Down, down, down we go. I should go off path, but it's so steep, I'm already slipping and sliding even on the path. I mean, look how steep that is down there. This is where I've just come from. I think this is the best option. I'm running out of time now. I need to make a decision. Much longer, and it will be too dark for me to see clearly. And then I'll be looking for a safe space to camp in the dark. Hey guys, what do we think about that spot? I'm really searching for a flat space that isn't a path. And this looks like, obviously a tree's fallen down. On one side, it looks completely flat. Let's see. What do you think? It's kind of sheltered. You'd have to really walk around the side of it to see someone in here. Let me show you. Should I set up my camp now? I'm a little bit exposed, so is it a great idea to set everything up now? If someone walks along whilst I'm putting up, I only have a bivvy bag, but I did bring my sleeping pad. Do I set that stuff up now? If someone walks along now, it's so obvious that I'm intending on camping here. Whereas if I wait till it's already dark, there's no one really to see me, but then I'm doing it in the dark. I'm not sure. There's a path there that runs down. It continues beyond there. But where this tree's fallen, from here, you can see that it's created a flat space beneath. It could be perfect. I don't know, I feel really exposed though. I'm really just about 5 meters from the path. Either way, I'm just too hungry to delay. I can't procrastinate any longer. I can't continue down here, it's too steep. If I go back, I may as well just go home. And I don't want to do that. I'm gonna put my stuff down, sit down, see how I feel. Oh, I don't know. This is by far the best chance I've seen so far. The best option. It's just a little close to the path for my liking. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm here in my spot under the tree. The smell of this tree, it's incredible. The sound plays tricks here because I'm opposite a ravine. You can hear someone on the other side and they could be 100 meters away or more. And the sound travels like without any interference. It feels as though they're just in front of you. You can see them like a speck in the distance. It's strange. I was thinking though, like, what do I do in this situation? If someone just like walks past, what do you do? Like, do you just, hi? I would probably instinctively just say hello. But they might be like, what are you doing? You know, and I don't really know. I haven't really thought about what to say. One second. See, there you go again. It really sounded like somebody was approaching the path just in front of me. And then I saw them all the way across the way, running, some lunatic, running down the side of the mountain at this time of night. Anyway, yeah, this feels really strange. The sounds of the birds is amazing. I speak Spanish, but I've never really thought of how to put it, like, if I was just put on the spot. Hey, what are you doing here? Like, without even hesitating, I think I would instinctively know how to respond. Like, hey, I'm just making a video. I'm just gonna camp here if that's okay, like, or something like that, you know, like. But I need to get the words clear in my mind. So for my sleeping setup, I have a bivvy bag from Snugpack the jungle bag. I've heard much about that, so I'm looking forward to testing that out. And I haven't bought a sleeping bag with me, and I'm seriously regretting that. My smallest sleeping bag is just too big for the stealth bag that I'm carrying. I'd need to bring my big bag, which defeats the object really. I need to buy a more expensive, like a down sleeping bag that's for colder temperatures but packed small, because the smallest one I have is no good for this temperature, and it's huge. So bivy bag, I do have my sleeping pad and lots of clothes, thermal clothes. I'm hoping I'll be okay. Somebody just walked just right by me, like about five meters maybe, and I don't think they saw me. I just stayed still, and I was already like hunched down, so I just stayed down. I got the heart racing. It's just going to be someone out just hiking. It's just left it a bit late and they're just in a rush to get home probably. Maybe walked further than they expected. It got dark quicker than they anticipated. And yeah, he was walking at a fair speed, really fast walking. But that was crazy. He came so close behind me. The camera was off. I wasn't talking. It's quiet time now. I have to stay completely quiet, I think. My plan was to set up, get bed, and then go for a walk and eat somewhere else. It's too risky now. What if I see someone up there and hey, you can't be here, you need to leave. And then I'm like, okay, I just need to go get my stuff. No, obviously not. I didn't think that through. This will be my last video for the night. I may quietly record a video once I'm set up and in my bivvy. That's probably the safest place I can be right now, actually. If I want to not be detected, I should be inside my bivvy. It's getting cold as well. It's supposed to be down to 3 degrees. The temperature should be dropping to around 3 degrees tonight. I should be okay, even without a sleeping bag. Got my sleeping pad, my bivvy, my thermals. I should be fine. It's nowhere near as cold as it was a few months ago. I say that now. I'll let you know in the morning if I haven't slept all night because it was so cold. I have no hot food either, of course. No hot food, no hot drinks. Thank you for following me today. Please, for my sins, drop me a like, follow, share, comment, support the channel in any way you can, please. I guess I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Good night. Buenas noches. Hasta mañana. I have to share this with you. The hell was that? I have to share this with you. The hell was was that? Good morning. It's around 5:30 and I'm thinking of packing up. It's getting really cold and I just want to get moving. I don't know, something feels like I should just start moving. It could be a bad decision though. The positive is there's not going to be anyone around, so I can more or less make my way away quietly, but I also attract a lot of attention, since I seem more suspicious now than I possibly would in an hour where there's more light and it's feasible that somebody could be starting in like a day hike in like an hour or so's time, whereas now it's pretty clear that you would only be here at this time if you had slept here. But what can I do? My instinct's telling me to pack up and start moving, so I'm going to start doing that now. It's absolutely pitch black here still. I didn't feel scared at all night, and I do feel scared now, but I just feel a little bit uneasy. I'm not sure what to do, but I think I'm gonna pack up. How'd you like my hair? What's going on there? It's hat head, right? Good morning. It's about 7 AM. It's been an adventure. And I only slept for maybe 5 hours. But I feel okay. I feel remarkably fine. I think less than 4 hours and I'm struggling. I'm a zombie. 4 hours I can function. I'll need a nap or something this afternoon, but hey, I'm in Spain, so siesta time. I wanted in these videos to express my gratitude. Today I would like to choose as my person in my life, I'd like to choose my sister, Sophie. So she's a huge supporter of this channel and what I'm doing. She's an inspiration as a strong young woman. She's kind. She's a great sister. She's an excellent friend. She lives in the UK and I live in Spain, of course. I haven't lived in the UK for many years, so I'm not able to see her and her son, my nephew, as often as I'd like to, but they're always in my thoughts and I miss them dearly. And as a YouTube gratitude, I haven't thought about this and I'm just going to choose off the top of my head. Haze Outdoors, Hazy. He's a British YouTuber he's really someone that more than anyone he really just keeps it real, and he's funny, he's super genuine, he's just a really down-to-earth nice guy. He has incredible resilience. He's done barefoot long distance climbing up mountains, hiking up mountains I should say. Yeah, he just seems like the kind of guy that's a great friend and a real inspiration. His content is it's improved in terms of its production value, but it's not about that with Haze. It's his personality. He's an excellent example of personality is king, and I really enjoy how sincere and unfiltered he is. It's a breath of fresh air. So not only is he doing fascinating things in incredible environments, but he does it in a really true, genuine, honest way that is just really infectious. Hope you have a great day. Hope you enjoyed my moments of gratitude, and by all means please post in the comments who you would like to express your gratitude to today. Thank you for watching. Well, this is the exact spot where I sat up about a month ago with my daughter, and we played I Spy with My Little Eyes, something beginning with, except we did it with colours. She's only 4, so it made more sense to do it with colours. Not a bad place to sit, right, if you're looking for objects. What a view. Unfortunately though, almost everything we could see was green. It didn't make for the most varied game ever. Hello friends, just took everything out of my pack looking for my sunglasses. I think I've lost them unfortunately, but anyway, they weren't expensive. I thought I'd quickly give you a run through of what's in my pack. Here we go. So, for a stealth camp one night, you'll notice my pack is considerably smaller than my usual pack. This is 30 litres, bought it this week from Decathlon, does the job. It's great actually, absolutely incredible value. I'll give this a full review after I've used it a few times, but so far I'm really happy with it actually. Mountain warehouse, standard, water container, seat mat, simple, does the job. Snug pack, jungle bag, amazing, bivy bag, the mosquito mesh, really impressive, extremely lightweight, great value I think. For again, I'll review this after I've used it a few times, but I've really been impressed with how durable it is. It's absolutely amazing. In here, I bring a set of clothes for sleeping, so thermal bottoms, thermal top, thermal scarf, and very warm hat as well. I didn't actually need to use most of that last night, so just there in case though. Sleeping pad, the Unigear Camfy P3, regular wide, a little too wide possibly, a little too wide for my bivy bag, so yeah, but I've used this maybe a dozen times now. I'll be doing a full review on this shortly. Excellent value, the best of all the budget options that I've seen by a distance. The Trekology Luft Pillow Deluxe, oh yeah, as I mentioned in a previous video, I got this for the same price as the regular Luft pillow that everyone seems to have, and it's fantastic. The only difference is it's a little more comfy. It has a smoother, softer side to it. All-purpose working gloves, fleece, emergency whistle, light, compass, and magnifying glass. Mountain warehouse, I think. Cheap, cheerful, just in case of emergencies. Up in L8, all-purpose, amazing little knife. A combination of nuts, sweets, dried fruits, energy. I'm going to have some of that now, in fact. A couple of cereal bars as well. And here, as always, I have a hygiene set. And usually in here I have a first aid kit, but I've just put some of the items in my hygiene. And in here was electronics, so my battery pack, camera, gear, earphones, things like that, all in here. So this time I just have this one pack instead of what I usually have is 2. And last but certainly not least, the beautiful beer. Didn't have it last night. It got too late too quickly, and I was really trying to be stealthy. It didn't seem at the moment, so I'm going to enjoy that today. I could drink it right now, in fact. There you go. That's my pack. Simple. That's all there is to it. Hello friends, and today we will be reviewing the Unigear Camfy P3 sleeping pad. First things first, let me give you the specs. So this is suitable for up to 175 centimeters tall, but there is a large version for up to 185 centimeters height. The dimensions of the product itself are 186 by 64 centimeters wide. So it's wider than many other sleeping pads out there, and this is more than wide enough for me. I'm a side sleeper. I have no issue with rolling off of it at all. It's far more comfortable than many alternatives that I've tried. It weighs in around 948 grams, and the pack itself is 38 centimeters by 12 centimeters, and it's fantastic. I've used this now maybe a dozen times. Never had any issue whatsoever. It doesn't leak any air at all. It's water resistant, and it's super durable. Now I'm always very careful to keep this away from being directly on the ground. I almost always use it inside of a sleeping bag or inside or above on top of a ground sheet. But it has happened on a couple of occasions where I've slid off of the ground sheet during the sleep, or it's just dropped onto the ground whilst I've been inflating it, for example, and it's been directly on thorns and stones, and no scratches, no marks whatsoever. The material is really impressively durable. I think it's 40D nylon. And look, there are far better sleeping pads out there, but for this price point and as a budget option, I don't believe there's anything like this, anything near as good as this. It's small in terms of pack size, it's really easy to fold and roll away. It inflates with around 15 decent pumps from the bag. So I use the bag as like a roll bag, and I inflate it with using the bag. I say between 15 and 20, depends how efficient I'm being. If I'm really doing it correctly and I fill the bag completely, then I'd say around 15 pumps, which is pretty impressive. The only issues I've ever had with this have been user error, where I've overinflated it and it is uncomfortable when it's overinflated. If I were you, I would inflate it fully and then let, I don't know, about 10-20% of the air out. It's super comfortable. I've never woken up feeling uncomfortable from it, except on the occasion that I overinflated it. There's vertical and horizontal cushioning depending on the part of the body that it's supporting. It deflates in seconds. I mean, if I was to just take the valve out and then let it deflate in maybe 30 seconds, and I could just roll it up. It has a really excellent valve. The quality of the valve, the rubber pump part, is really excellent. I don't really have any concerns about like the build quality. Everything feels rock solid. Even the stitching on this bag, which is also the bag used for inflating, is really excellent. It feels like this kind of ripstop nylon. It just really exceptional quality. I'm super happy with this. I've used it over a dozen times and it has never lost any air whatsoever during the night. For me, that's the number one. It's a similar point to a previous item that I reviewed, which was a lantern. It doesn't lose any of its power. That's really important to me. This is the same thing. I don't want to have to even think about it. Once it's inflated, it does the job until I deflate it, and that's it. No questions asked, no concerns. It does the job. Thank you for listening to this review. Strongly recommend the Unigear Camfy P3. I bought this with my own money. It's not a sponsored review. The majority of the items you're going to see are those that I've kept and used many times, so I'm clearly happy with them, right? There are a few items that I have that I haven't been able to upgrade or replace with better options yet, and I will review them negatively and positively. I'll try to give a balanced view. I'm trying to think of a negative for this, and I'm not really sure that I have one. It could be lighter, possibly, but it's less than a kilo. It could be a smaller pack, I guess, but it's a similar size to far more expensive and heavier, thicker ones. So I just can't complain. Go buy one if you haven't got one already. If you're looking for a budget option, I think this is the one. Thanks for watching. By the way, I know I look terrible. I've had about 4 hours sleep and I slept literally under a bush. So go easy on me, okay? Not looking my finest today. I look even worse than I thought I did, but I need to just not really care about that. That's not important. Estrella, Galicia, 5.5%. I'd say this is a significant step above the standard Estrella. But like the lager, this is more like it's more malty, but it's nowhere near as heavy or rich as the Vol d'Am that I featured in another video. The flavour is not as rich. This is more of a session drink. It's not too heavy. This is probably my favourite of the lagers, like just before you take that step up to the much stronger, heavier, maltier, bitter. Yeah, this is lovely, really delicious. It's a little unique in that it's a tall can, but it's only 33 centilitres, like a can of Coke. Anyway, try it. Estrella, Galicia, highly recommended. Wow, it's hot. I'm running a little low on energy. Look at that view. I must have shown you this view from every conceivable angle. But nonetheless, I hope you're enjoying it, and if you ever have the chance to come to Granada, go to the Alhambra, come up here to San Miguel and go to the Sierra Nevada mountains. It's just incredible to live so close to the beach, which is coming in a future video, and mountains covered in snow, and be in the heart of medieval Arabic Europe, like in a really important, significant part of history. It's just, I'm just spoiled for different worlds and cultures and environments that have all come together, all just in one city. It's incredible. Nearly there now.